Hello, everybody. Always give this a minute to warm up. All right, today is May 19th. It is Wednesday, and we are here with an update. We first want to thank everybody for a successful budget passing. We just had that last night from noon to 9, and the budget passed, the proposition for a savings account passed, and then we had 3 seats open and 3 people run. So we have 3 board members, and everything's right in the world today with our budget, and it looks like it across Western New York. So we appreciate everybody supporting education. Some updates we have for first would be prom, which is June 11th, which is going to be 1, 2, 3 weeks away. They are selling the tickets in room 204 at the high school. They are $40 each. We are indoors at the Wurlitzer, and right now, and we're planning on staying with seniors only, and that'll help the Wurlitzer as well as chaperones and stuff keep that straight. So those seniors who are interested in prom, stop by room 204. We also have almost in cement plans for graduation. We don't know if the guidance will change from the state, but if it doesn't, we do have cement plans then. So we will be using the multi-purpose field. We will be looking at Saturday, June 26th for the actual graduation with a rain date of Sunday, June 27th. We will be able to do one ceremony, so all of the graduates can be together, and they can each bring 2 adults to the ceremony. That would meet all the requirements for letting people in and not having to check that they're vaccinated or have had COVID in the last 90 days and all those fun things. So we're very happy because what we heard from the students is that they wanted to be together. So we're going to continue planning with that for chairs on the field and a stage for them to walk across. Parents will be in the stands, and we hope that we have a nice weekend. It'll be at 10 a.m. Both days, weather permitting. I guess we could push that back through a global call if it looks like it's a rainy morning and it's going to clear up in the afternoon. But we're going to plan for 10 a.m. on Saturday, June 26th at the multi-purpose field. So you'll be able to come through the Fine Arts Alumni Center and use the parking lot in the front for that, and walk right through back to the field. And there'll be more information on Schoology for the seniors on that to help you guys know how we'll manage the 2 guests that are coming. So, but we got the date, we got the time, we have the backup plan. So now we'll get the furniture and everything in place, and then work on how the kids will get tickets for people to come for that. And that is big news for us. Let's see what we got here. Deterring a lot of kids from going. Very sad for our seniors. Very sad for our seniors, but even sadder for last year's seniors who got nothing. So we hope that they can understand we're trying to do the best we can, work with guidelines, work with the Wurlitzer, and then not turn people away because we get to a certain number and their non-senior friend can't come and other non-senior friends can come. Just turns into a nightmare, but I agree it's not ideal. It is better than those seniors from last year that did not even get one. Thank you very much. Just said that. If I missed it, but how many people can go to graduation? So we're planning on 200 to 225 graduates. We'll hope everyone passes. We'll be bringing 2 people with them, which will bring us to like the 450 range, and then the organizers who are there, which our limit is 500. So we can have no more than 500 without checking for all the other stuff. So we fit perfectly. It's like the governor was looking at North Tonawanda when he made those rules for one graduation where we don't have to have multiple services or the kids aren't with their friends. They'll all be together. If a senior is dating a sophomore or junior, yes, at least they are having one as a start. 2 adults per kids, 2 adults per students. Many kids are still not going because they can't bring their chosen guests. Many schools are having a traditional prom. Yes, many schools are. Many schools are not at the Wurlitzer. Many schools have different size senior classes than us. There's 1,000 things that factor into that. So I'm sorry that someone doesn't want to go and be with their classmates, only want to go with their date or their boyfriend or girlfriend, but we are making progress, like someone said, and I said that, we couldn't even have one last year. So hopefully we get back to normal sooner than later, and we don't have to worry about that. There are no changes to the lunch program. We are in the planning stages for an elementary summer program. Applications for teachers and administrators and nurses and clerical who wanted to work this summer closed on Monday. And then we had a busy day yesterday with the budget vote. So we are going through those applications, and once we know how many staff we have and how many students we have, we'll be getting information to our K3 or K3, 4, 6 program out to the parents, letting them know when the programs are, and trying to get kids registered for that. It'll be literacy focused, which means we'll not be trying to make fit too much in the 2 hours. We'll really try to catch kids up in literacy and keep those skills strong and improve them over the summer. So I hope to be able to put that out on the web page as well as Facebook Live next week. It will not be until after July 4th. I think we're off July 5th because the 4th is on a Sunday. So it won't start until July 6th for session 1. So it's two, we can't go over 500. So it's not, we're vaccinated and so we can bring 4. So that's going to be something you have to figure out there. As she said, divorced, remarried parents are wondering. Um, so that is the case for the actual ceremony, for getting in and having a seat too. But um, there are things you can do before and after for graduation. So the summer program isn't just for kids behind, but it's going to be what we're going to call a pre-first or pre-second or pre-third and so on. It's going to focus on skills that kids need for the next grade level. So if they finish kindergarten this year and they're recommended or a parent signs them up, they'll go into what we call a pre-first, and we'll be working on the end of kindergarten beginning September skills with them as a first grader. So we're going to do pre classes to get them up and running and a strong start in September. With some restrictions, okay, with some restrictions being lifted, are you going to go back to kindergarten screening and orientation for kindergartens and kids moving up to next school? So right now, kindergarten screening is not being planned as one of the things that we're doing. Um, we probably, what we've been discussing, would be doing invites to families over the summer to go to the new school to see it, because we think restrictions will even be uh, opened up more then. So that way parents and kids can see, especially going to NTI where there's lockers and things, they can actually take a minute and walk the hall and see where their locker will be and stuff. So those things are being worked out for. Again, we're focusing on June, hoping that things don't get out of control with everybody coming back and opening up, and now the masks being removed from some public places, so that July and August just get better, and then we can do a lot more. So someone said we'd be able to watch the graduation ceremony live from Facebook. That's a possibility. So we have to have the strong internet outdoors, which we're working on a few things for that outdoor area, and it would probably be a stationary camera somewhere. So you wouldn't be, panning the crowd or whatever. We'd probably focus on the podium where the speeches would be made and the kids would cross to get the diploma. So it'll be limited, but it's definitely options so long as the internet and the uh, computer computer gods are with us that day. If I missed it, the first few minutes has graduation date location. Yep, you can go back and watch that for graduation. Thank you for getting things open as soon as you could. Drake teachers have brought this year, and we are thankful for them. For the summer literacy workshops, do you know what the 2 hour time frame might be? We were looking at 9 to 11 and sending kids home with a bag of lunch. So food would be included with it, and we'd have 9 to 10, 10 to 11, be 2 hours. So again, we got some of those details, where it is, exactly what room and how many rooms we have is based on the staff that are going to work. So we'll probably get to that end of this week, early next week, so that I can give you those details and post it or have a link come up in the Facebook Live next week for how many of each section. Because the other problem is that, let's just say every parent who has a first grader wants them to go, that's 250. There's not going to be 250 seats for pre-first, right? So we were hoping to offer 3 of each grade level, and so that we could have some freedom and really make a difference, keep the class size down to 15 only. So that would be, we're looking at 45 at each grade level to come in. And we know that some parents are on vacation, or the time won't work, or the transportation won't work. So we don't really think that everybody will be upset that they can't get a seat, but we do anticipate some people upset that they can't get a seat in the summer programming. So we got to get that out sooner than later, because what we could do is, let's say if we have 3 of each grade level, and the pre-fourth grade numbers are really low, we could shift a teacher from 4th grade to offer another pre-first. So we've got to start that registration process in June, so people know how many seats will be filled and how many of each grade level. So it's new for us. We've not done a summer program like this in a while, and we don't know what the parent response or commitment would be. The other thing is that if a parent signs up and it's a 10 or 15-day session and they're missing 3 or 4 the first week, we may, say we got to fill that seat with someone who wants to come, especially if there's a waiting list. So we don't want that to happen either. So we'll get you all the information out sooner than later, so that you can make an educated decision on if it works for you. So the summer program in district, someone's asking, is it just K-6? It'll really be NT session is that, yes. If they needed summer school for 7 through 12, there's a different program through the Apex Learning at the high school. The middle school might be looking at something similar. And then there's always the BOCES Summer School for credit recovery of a class that can't be done online through BOCES, and that's housed in Niagara Falls. So there'll be a lot of options for all the grade levels. So yeah, we don't have a kindergarten section right now. We were trying to build it to catch the kids up who were here this year. So that's why we're pre-grade level for everything going. So if there are, let's say, 15 kindergartners that sign up for the pre-first, we would have all that data from what they did this school year, and kind of have a teacher can look at that data to say, these are the skills I want to focus on because they're weak on it. To have the kindergarten, it would be more like a preschool, because we don't know what these students are coming in at or where they are, and we want to focus on that, on the other grade levels. All right, 6. All right, so let's review. Prom tickets are for sale in room 204. It'll be at the Wurlitzer building on Friday, June 11th. We have graduation tentatively set for Saturday, June 26th at 10 a.m. on the multi-purpose field. Rain date of Sunday. Of course, all that's weather permitting, and the 10 a.m. start is what we would shoot for. But again, if it looks like both days are going to be rainy mornings and then clear up in the afternoon, we may have to notify you a few days before that the time of graduation will start. And it looks like every student will be together on the field, and they can have up to 2 guests come and watch them. Okay, When do 504 plan yearly meetings usually happen? I have not heard about one for my son, and it felt like it was getting pretty late in the year. So those can be done in the new year with the new teacher to set the skills and plans needed with them based on what they saw last year, and it can be done in June going in so they're ready for September. I would let your teacher know that you're worried about it because there's no set time for 504s. They are, we can start them in a February, we can, end them in December. It depends on what the students need and when they meet those extra helper things that are put in a 504. So those are very fluid, and they should be because we don't, they're not shouldn't be a 504 for life. So I'd talk to your teacher about your child, their needs, and what they need to set up for the next grade level. So summer school will not be 2 sessions. Summer school will be more like a high school session. It would be with Apex, and it would run probably July until mid-August. The 2 sessions for that I'm mentioning are our K6 program, which is going to start with pre-first and go through pre-fifth, pre-sixth. So um, we'll get you that information out next week for those grade levels. If you are in seventh grade this year or going into seventh grade, there's not as many options for those kids over the summer, but we are working on an Apex online version for some of those kids. So that's what we'll work on and get out to you. Probably we before the end of May. We got 2 weeks, solid weeks of May left. Um, Going into June next week, the second week. So we got to get that out so we can get some registrations going. So we will work on that. We want to wish everybody a we have to wish Memorial Day. We have another week to go. So we want to just say enjoy the weekend. It's supposed to be a nice weekend. We got some nice weather here in Western New York, and things are getting back to normal. So let's hope for a normal September and a nice weekend. Thank you, and have a nice night.